And everybody wakes up at their own pace, I guess, at a certain time, but people have been talking about this for a very long time. Decades ago, science fiction movies that people like me believed were just pure fantasy predicted this roboticized, computerized takeover of the United States, of our country, of planet Earth, of all of humanity and mankind as far back as the 1950s. There were movies that painted the perfect picture of this dystopian future in which machines had overpowered and subjugated all of humanity. They've been around for more than 70 years. And before that, there were radio programs with the same or similar plot lines. People were made to believe that this was just entertainment, just a science fiction fantasy. Well, it turns out the entire time humanity was being predictively programmed. Our eyes and our minds over the course of generations, we've just been poisoned with the idea of living alongside synthetic beings governed by artificial intelligence, and now, here we are.
And so many of the people who are working directly on it, who years ago said, oh, it's not a problem, it's under our control, freaked out and bugged out and quit the companies and the big paying jobs they're working for, and they went to the ground. They're in bunkers. So the people who are working with this directly now realize what they've done. They've let the genie out of the bottle, and there's no going back. So this idea that we haven't hit AGI yet, we have hit and surpassed AGI.
And what's AGI?
Artificial general intelligence, where artificial intelligence surpasses human intellect, which it already has. And what is required for artificial superintelligence, which is their AI God, that they've already opened the Church of AI God in California, it takes all of those things and generates energy. So you can have nanotechnology on the table that self-assembles by virtue of being exposed to wind, and it can form a technology that's listening to us right now. I mean, people can't grasp the power of that. So what is the magic formula to undo that? Well, it's to tell them that you don't have a future. Your children don't have a future. Humanity doesn't have a future unless we stop them.
All right, listen. The Terminator's an infiltration unit. Part man, part machine. Underneath, it's a hyperalloy combat chassis. Microprocessor controlled, fully armored, very tough. But outside, it's living human tissue. Flesh, skin, hair, blood grown for the cyborgs.
What's coming is airtight. What's coming self-learns. So even if you could, as some people say, put icing sugar in a robot to disable it, that information will upload to the AI mind cloud a la Hanson Robotics, and it will improve in a deep learning state, a reinforced learning state, and it will come out with a solution, and the next version will be impenetrable to that attack. So every little thing, you might be able to take out one robot by throwing some gravel in its eye or something, just as an example. But it will self-improve ad infinitum. It never sleeps. They have nuclear batteries which they can stack. So it doesn't need sleep, it doesn't need rest, and it doesn't miss. Artificial intelligence is not like the movies where you see robots shooting and they're missing it. No, it doesn't miss. It can line up dozens of targets and hit them in sequence, and all those targets are moving without a single error.
The 600 series had rubber skin. We spotted them easy. But these are new. They look human. Sweat, bad breath, everything. Very hard to spot. I had to wait till he moved on you before I could zero him.
Look, I am not stupid, you know. They cannot make things like that yet.
Not yet. Not for about 40 years.
Are you saying it's from the future?
There's no hacking this system. There's no way around it. There's no escaping it. There's only stopping it. And if we don't stop it, no matter where you are, you hide in the woods, they'll send drone swarms, which they're already working on. Not just drone swarms, but machines that create drones that swarm. So this is robots making drone swarms and are deployed with your biometric signature and can be deployed from miles away with nuclear batteries that will fly for God knows how far to target you.
Cyborgs don't feel pain. I do. Don't do that again.
Just let me go.
Listen and understand that Terminator is out there. It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear, and it absolutely will not stop. Ever. Until you are dead.
Why kill the human when you can just Borgify it? So they're Borgifying us. Some won't make it. If you have some mental capacity not to be programmed or to resist it, you'll be eliminated. And those that survive will be completely absent of free will absent of their soul's control over what's happening in their body or their life. And this is where biblically they'll say people will want to die, but they will not be able to. The AI won't let you die unless it wants you to.
It was the machine, Sarah.
I don't understand.
Defense network computers. New, powerful, hooked into everything, trusted to run it all. They say it got smart. A new order of intelligence. Then it saw all people as a threat, not just the ones on the other side. Decided our fate in a microsecond.
And stop fucking throwing rocks at us because we're fighting for you. How about you stand up and fight for yourself and your kids and the planet and the animals before it's too late?
Yeah. Even if you do one little thing, it changes everything. But most people will not do anything.
Anything.
And they're like, why doesn't anything get any better? It's because it's your Truman Show. We're waiting for you to do something. Everyone's connected, but in some ways we're waiting for you to do something. And it could be something simple. It could even be just acts of kindness and compassion and love and spreading important. That sort of stuff as well.
Right.
And most people don't even do that. So.
And random acts of kindness and love can affect the lives of other people in ways you don't even understand. So yeah, even if it's as little as being loving and compassionate to people that you see in need, yeah, that's part of it. That's why I say it's up to the individual. Everybody's not a fighter in the trenches. There's back support people, there's people that support through sending love and prayers, there's people that support through sharing videos, there's people that support themselves by getting healthy and not being a casualty we have to take care of. You know, it's anything that you feel divinely inspired to do. Just connect and listen and align with the divine and do some good instead of just doing nothing and participating in evil. Because as they say, all that is required for evil to succeed is good men and women to do nothing. So what are you going to do now? That's my question to you, the audience. It's been lots of questions from me and Jeff. Let's ask you, what are you going to do? Because me and Jeff are already at it.
I think we'll leave it there.
There has been a complete revolution in the technology world over the last couple of years. Everything has shifted toward AI. Artificial intelligence is already replacing human beings in certain job markets. And over the next decade, I believe millions of people will be displaced in the workforce by AI. A lot of people believe that. And things are about to get a whole lot worse very quickly. The AI craze can only be described as a runaway train, and behind the scenes, it's pretty certain that it already is. I mean, if we have access to tools like Grok and ChatGPT, just imagine what this occupied government has. Just imagine what the banks have. If we already know about systems like Palantir, just imagine what else is out there that we don't know about. There's an extremely high likelihood that everything that the average layman thinks that he knows about AI at this point is just a limited hangout, just the tip of a massive iceberg. And at this point, it would seem short of overthrowing our government and smashing these machines, there's really not anything that we can do about it. Trump and company are making damn sure of that. As a matter of fact, the so-called Big Beautiful Bill that everyone's talking about contains a ban on the state regulation of AI for the next decade. So they're trying to stop states from putting up their own guardrails for 10 years so that by the time they're allowed to regulate AI, they still won't be able to catch up to it because we'll already be living under a surveillance state where every decision is made by a computer. This obviously isn't something that the people want. They're not asking for this.
Hey everybody, quick message that I'd like to share with all of you. Our lives are filled with toxins in our air, food, and even in the information we're taught. Avoiding them all is impossible, but helping your body detox doesn't have to be complicated. That's where Masterpiece comes in. Just 5 drops under your tongue twice a day, and that's it. Super easy, super simple, and it doesn't even taste bad. I've tried countless supplements, and while generally I'm pretty healthy, I didn't really feel much of an effect. But with Masterpiece, it delivered noticeable benefits. Check out the podcast I did with Terry from Masterpiece, linked below this video, or you can find links directly to Masterpiece on my website, flatearthdave.com, or in the shopping section on the app. The key to health is to detoxify.